Yeah, I know it's not Monday. Typically, I do my lives on Monday. I'm just crazy tired, and I didn't feel like doing a actual regular video, so I figured I'd just go live and do an unboxing. We'll see if the notifications go out and see if people tune in. I'm sure we'll get a few people tuning in. Let's see. Yeah, we got a couple of comments. Clayton's here. Michael Paris is here. Cowboy Swami's here. Billy Bob. Haven't talked to you in a little while. David's here. Mike is checking in. That's awesome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I figured I would just do it live. Oh, you're on lunch break. All right, cool. I know we all work like weird hours sometimes. So Dane's chiming in. So a while ago, I gotta say real quick, I have a couple of new postcards. I got this one, which is some sort of it can't be a regular house. It's got to be some sort of restaurant or something. Let's see. I'm gonna cover up the last name, but there's the postcard from the back. This was sent in from Josh over in Massachusetts. This is the Wellfleet Beachcomber, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So I got that one today, and I got this one. I'll have to do some research on this one. I've never heard of this area either. And this is from my buddy Enrique, who had just returned from, oh, speaking of Bobby Legs, look at that. So I have this pile of postcards I gotta put up on the wall still, and I've been the reason I didn't hang these yet is because I kind of did like a hey Rocky, so I kind of did a challenge. I said, send me some postcards and stuff like that, and so this group of postcards, I'm gonna enter all of these people that sent these in into a giveaway. So I'm gonna give away something. I'm not sure what yet, but. Somebody from this group that sent in this postcards is going to get something. I don't know what yet. I haven't thought about it too much. So I will be doing that soon. Let's see. I'll share with you another really cool thing. I did the unboxing for it, and I just haven't posted the video yet, I don't think. This is the titanium Namoki's SKX case. This thing is incredible. I cannot wait to build this thing. I might actually even, because I have parts picked out for it and I'm going to order them, but I'm going to be a little impatient. I might actually see if I can scrounge together enough parts, maybe even take apart one of my SKX and build this weekend potentially, because I want to wear this thing. That thing is just insane cool. Man, for being a what movement? Okay, so for this build, well, if I do a temporary one, it's probably just going to be a 7S26. But the movement I'm going to order for this, I'm going to order from Esslinger actually, and then I'll probably get it regulated after I'm done. But I'm going to put in the Seiko NH38, which is the, no, I'm not going to kill a turtle. Actually, I'm going to do a full custom build on this one, but I'm going to do the Seiko NH38, which is technically an open heart. I'm not going to utilize the open heart, but it is a no date, no day. So there will be no ghost position because I'm going to do like an Explorer type dial, a no date. So I want the correct movement for it. So if I can do some research and I can do a different movement, I might. I mean, I would love to put a Swiss movement in it, but I don't know that anybody's configured that yet. So it's not designed for that. I wish Namoki's or one of the brands would actually do one of these and situate it so I could put ETA movement in it. I would be all about that. I would put a Swiss movement in one of these. But I'm going to do the NH38 is what I'm going to put in it. So I don't want the ghost position. There'll be a no date, no day, just a Explorer dial with SKX hands. I mean, spoiler, I guess, but it's going to be a very simple, lightweight, good-looking build. No, Dane, I think I got that out of my system. Like even these other Namoki builds. This is Dirk's watch that I need to send to him. They're full on. You know what? Some of these companies are making such good dials now. I feel like I don't need to kill the turtles. And really, some of the newer release ones, I don't know. They're not doing it for me anyway. So I'm actually sipping some coffee, guys. I'm drinking coffee. Yes, at what time is that? I can't even tell the freaking time right now. Darn near 7 o'clock. It's almost 6:50, and I just made a cup of coffee. I've been up since 1:30 a.m., which is another reason why I can't make any videos. So I'll do a live stream instead. Open open the box. Stop screwing around, Random Rob. Open the box. And I'm using my gifted knife from Mr. Bobby Legs. Mr. Legs. He has the same one, and I know he carries it and uses it. He's been posting like EDC pictures and everything, so very awesome. Yep, Spyderco. I still, if I can slow down, I might make some knife videos, maybe. But at the bare minimum, I'm going to send some knives over to my buddy Dirk, or maybe even Slicey Dicey. I talked to him too quite a bit. So I'll probably be sending. That's really what I should do. I'm not, I'm a watch channel. Let's just hold off on this one a second. Yeah, it's purple because it's awesome. Purple is, in fact, the best color. So look it up. It's in the trade agreements. But yeah, I'm a watch channel, right? So I should probably send. All right. I was stalling. All right, let's open this guy up. In case you guys didn't know, these wood boxes are made from acacia wood. I don't know if anyone's ever really talked about that. So acacia wood's really cool. It has really nice rich graining to it, and it's a fun box. So I'm glad that they continue to make them part of the packaging. I'm sure it would be just as easy. Oh, okay, yeah. So, of course, Mr. Zelos has talked about it. You know what? We should talk about this real quick, though, because this watch... No, I'm just kidding. We're going to open it up. But in all seriousness, this watch is kind of... I'm going to call it the Swordfish Damascus Light, is what I'm going to call it, because there was... All right, Billy Bob, get back to work. Hopefully you're making some awesome pizzas. Billy Bob has shown in a private chat a bunch of pictures of some amazing things that he's made at his job. Slow down. I'm building suspense. Let's talk about this real quick before we do it. We're going to call this the Damascus Light because there was 2 different colorways of the Damascus, which is the full titanium, but the way it's done. All right, whatever. You guys don't care about all that crap. Let's just get into this. Oh, look at that. It came with a leather strap too. Smells good. All right, you guys probably want to see this watch, right? There's the bracelet. There's some packaging. There it is. Oh man, this is my first time looking at it too. Now listen, everybody got this darn watch before I did. So I was one of the people. I know there's a bunch of people that didn't even get one, right? But there was a bunch of people that were waiting as well. And then they started slowly getting them. And here I am just waiting. Well, I absolutely love titanium watches. This new Swiss watch company is a titanium watch. I have a few other titanium watches. I absolutely love titanium watches. And this thing is beautiful. Elshin really outdid himself on this. As much as I would have liked to have gotten a hold of a Damascus one, and maybe I'll see a couple of them at some point. Well, I know I'll probably see at least the one that Dane has, but maybe I'll see the one that my buddy Jiro has because he's got the gold colored one, which is the one I would have went for. Guys, this thing, he could have charged way more for it. And really all it is, right? It's a full titanium 42 millimeter, the Swordfish. The big thing here is the Damascus bezel insert. And each one is different, right? So because they're so, you can't make them the same. So each one's going to look different. I feel like mine has some good gold tones in it, which I'm a huge fan of. It's like he knew that I want that. It has like the burnt amber gold tones in it. I love that. This thing is awesome. All right, we gotta get the rest of the plastic off this thing. I know some people like peeling all this stuff off. I would pay extra to have all this stuff already off. I can't stand peeling this stuff off. Oh, that one's like below the case too. I can't even get it off. And that's one of the ones that is my biggest pet peeve too, is the one on the case back, and I can't get any traction on it. Son of a bitch. All right, let's oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna size this up. We're gonna be on here for a little bit. So this thing, oh, I posted the unboxing for this morning actually. They come with a leather strap, but this strap here is what I'm most interested in. If you know anything about Apple Watch, this is a strap that basically the Apple Watch uses. And I had made a video probably about a year ago saying I wanted one of these straps for regular watches. Well, they put it out. It's a little crude in a couple spots, but man, is it comfortable. So it's crazy comfortable. So this thing is an absolute home run. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of the, yeah, I don't know, they could probably make a longer one to fit a larger wrist, but it is insanely comfortable. So this watch reminds me of like the Citizen Montbell. A lot of people have said it kind of reminds them of like the Seiko SARG 009 or whatever. It's kind of like a mix between all of those, but way better than the Seiko, and it's all Swiss. And I can connect with it because the Citizen is an awesome watch, but I can connect with this one because it's an automatic. So I feel like it's going to work out better for me. All right, let's see how many links we need to take out of this thing. What do you think? These are pretty short links. I might have to take out like 3 and 2 at least. So let's get into this thing. What do we have here? I got this thing we can use. And we have this thing we can use. So we'll do, wait, what are we? 3 each side. Dane says 3 each side. All right. 3 each side, and then, yeah, I can do the quick adjust, because the quick adjust is probably all the way in right now. I'm going to attempt to do this right now as we go. I can't really see. Usually I have my reading glasses on, and so what I'm doing is I'm putting, I don't know if you guys care or whatever, but I'm putting my index and thumb together on the screwdriver so the screwdriver stays, so the blade stays on the links. That's all I'm doing. Not a big deal. So there's 3 links out. Man, that seems like a lot. Dane says 3 each side though. Ooh, that's a nice hardware too. It's got the guide pin and then the threads. Small links, small screws. Trust Mr. Zelos. This has the, I know a lot of people were, they didn't really care for the bracelet, and they were taking it off and putting the leather on. I think you guys are out of your mind. I think this bracelet is awesome. All right, let me see real quick. I don't know. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to do 3 out of this side, but man, I think 3 is going to be too much. But whatever. I'll trust you. Show the dial. I'll show the dial. You know what I can't do when I'm in the live is I can't really zoom in, unfortunately. So, man, that just seems like a lot to pull out. All right. Do 2. He says do 2. All right, I can do 2, and I can pull another one. It's no big deal. But at least I pulled the 3 out of the adjust side, so. All right, so I pulled 2 out of this side. We can always adjust things. These are pretty easy to size up. So I definitely don't have it aligned. There we go. Yeah, I'm starting to get the sniffles too. All right. I know a few of you are probably wearing this exact watch. All right, let's try this thing on again. Yeah, I think you were right the first time, Dane. I think I need to do 3. I should have listened to you. It's still a little, it's way more bruise loose than I would like. I think I'm going to pull 3, so I'm going to pull another one out of this side. Can't believe I doubted you. The links are pretty short. So for my 7 1/4, which is actually probably a little less than 7 1/4, I'm going to pull 3 links out of each side. Dane knows. Dane knows. And I bet you anything, Dane did not put his on the leather either. He put his on the bracelet. All right. Excuse the sniffles, guys. I don't know. I'm coming down with something. All right. Let's try this thing on now. Man, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And if I get a little swelling, then I can go ahead and do the quick adjust. So, ooh, I already got a scratch on it. I love this new clasp too. All right, so I'll try to show it, guys, but I can't really zoom in. So you can see what happened here. This whole creation really kind of stemmed from, my understanding is, the blue meteor dial, and then I think there was an issue with him or something, and then he had to put a coating over the top of him, and it kind of made him look weird, he thought. I think it looks freaking cool. I mean, this is the best Zelos I've had on the show. How the hell do I get this thing off? Oh, thank goodness. That can go in the garbage. Oh, it's smooth too. Nice smooth case back. Are these numbered? Yes. All right, so I have a number 130 of 150. I see guys were posting up numbers. So 130 of 150. And I was probably the last one to get it. Oh, I already got it off. But yeah, thanks for the advice. Smooth, yeah. It's there's no sharp edges on that. The other complaint was back here, but honestly, this feels a little bit smoother than some of the other ones. I'll probably soften it up or just let it naturally soften up. But yeah, so this is the Damascus bezel insert. It has the meteor dial. Man, this thing is a home run. Nice whine to it. Nice pop of yellow. Love the handset on this too. Super easy to read. I have way too many watches to wear now. Man, there's like no play in the crown. Let's see. What is today, the 4th? And it is 7, just after 7, roughly. There we go. We are in business. This is a well sorted out watch, guys, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to do more titanium. How's that going to be? Man, I wish. I need somebody to come out with a titanium bracelet for the SKX case, though. I mean, otherwise, I'll try to put it on this, because this is actually 22 millimeter. I could put it on one of these. I really like this. I need all titanium watches. I'm actually probably going to pick up the Oris Aquis in titanium. I'm actually going to probably pick up one of those. you got the shiny blue, and then you have the full matte blue of this. Pretty snappy, like almost no play in it. Very deliberate in its clicky. Let's put it on wrist again. Man, I have way too many options for wearing watches, guys. 6 links. Yeah, I took 3 off from each side. That thing looks so cool. I love metal bezel inserts or full metal bezels, obviously like the monsters and stuff, or even like if they're done like this. This is like the best case scenario right here because it's titanium done in Damascus style and then like heat treated blued almost or something. You don't get any better than that. I mean, nobody's doing crazy good materials like this in such a well-built watch. I think I paid like $500 for this. I think weren't these like $499? I don't know. It's you can't beat that. $500 for this? That's insane. That is such a deal. Honestly, my only regrets is only buying one. And I know that sounds crazy. There'll be more editions. He'll be doing more. So I'm excited. I might become a Zelos collector. Dang it. See, me and a few other people got Dane into the G-Shock squares, but I think secretly Dane has been slowly getting us into Zelos, but like all under the radar. Wow, that's some good coffee. There goes the ability to outbid Random Rob. No, you know, I don't really compete like that. I either can get them or I can't get them. You know what I mean? But, you know, am I above exploiting my channel to benefit me to get certain watches? Absolutely not. I'm 100% going to exploit that. So, you know, if I end up getting a watch because of my channel and the notoriety, then yeah, good on me. But I at least I'll share them though too. You know what I mean? Dang, yeah, hell I would, right? So, but I paid for this. You know what I mean? This wasn't like because they've given me Zelos has given me quite a few watches, and I didn't really keep a bunch of them. But again, I probably should have. This one, no, I'm not going to tour this one. This is my watch. This was one of the watches that I knew as soon as I was able to see this, because this one was kind of like under the radar release. It was released at the same time as those Sky Raiders, I think they're called, and everybody was so focused on those Sky Raiders, which are crazy awesome, right? And then these were like underneath that. There was 2 of them. There was this one, which they made 150 of, and then there was another one. There was only like 30 of them or something, but a different colorway altogether. But this one really, really, as soon as I saw the watch, see, you know, the Damascus bezel, because I already had missed out kind of on the Damascus full swordfish, which I probably could have got one, but they were also not cheap. They were kind of expensive. And then the price, $499. I'm like, yeah, duh. I'm obviously going to buy that. And honestly, I was surprised it took a little while for them to sell out. I was blown away how long it took them to sell out. So I think this model fits me the best. I think one of the best looking models that Zelos does is obviously the Mako. And that one works on a lot of people for the most part. The size works more universal. But this one, size-wise, works for me. It works on my wrist, and the look of it, and of course the titanium, and then, you know, the new clasp. I mean, like, total picture of this thing was like a no-brainer. Just buy it because it's sexy. I mean, look at that. Look at that bezel insert. And then once you start looking at the fine details, you got the sandwich dial, you got the crazy lume, you got the broad hands, the pop of yellow, a date at 6 o'clock. yeah, it's, I'm excited. I'm very excited. This was one of the watches that actually, because I've talked about this in the past, where I get like desensitized to watches to a certain extent. This is one of the watches that gets thrown in my face where it brings that excitement back. It's the same thing with this one. Like I had been sent pictures of this one before. Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people were sent pictures of it, but before like the general public knew about it, and I told the owners, I'm like, that's hot. That's going to be an awesome watch. But I was unclear on the size exactly, and then the price and everything. But as soon as I opened this thing up yesterday, I was like, this is a home run. This Swiss watch company bunker is like easily in my top 10 pick for best watch of 2020, you know, that I've handled, that I've owned. And then this one right here, this one, I mean, initial thoughts, granted, I just opened it and I just sized it, but this one could be in the top 5. And I've handled a lot of watches this year, guys. And some of my top picks are going to be titanium. I just love the titanium. I think I like the warm feel of it and everything like that. Oh, yeah, Clayton brings up another point. Now they're sold out too, right? The worn and wound boulder, which is going to be way too small. I'm probably not going to fall in love with it, but I will fall in love with the idea, the concept, everything with it. I did pick up one of those as well. I think $300. I'll probably have it in a few days. Awesome watch. And that one is going to be for the guys with a little bit smaller wrist or guys with a preference for a smaller watch. That thing is going to be an absolute home run, no doubt about it. Now, guys with the wrist size that I have and like a little bit larger watch on the wrist, this one right here, absolute no-brainer to buy this one. If you're looking for like a field style watch, non-diver, no bezel, which I'm really warming up to. But if you're looking for $500 or less divers, this Zelos swordfish is like easily in the top 5. And there's going to be some strong competitors there, but this one's in the top 5, potentially number 1 or number 2, especially this model, which unfortunately for a lot of people, there was only 150 of them, but you know, it'll get revisited. They'll always do more. Yeah, 130 of 150. I love that they numbered these two. Man, I have so many watches and not enough wrist to wear them all. All right. Nice, Sarge 011, I mean bunker. This watch straight up blows away the Seiko. Straight up, you know. Absolutely. Screw down crown, date at the 6, easy legible, 4 hertz, Swiss movement, titanium, crazy thin, excellent lume. Oh man, I can't wait to do the full video on this. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna keep it kind of short unless you got some other questions. What is this? The CWS has magic. Yes, this one. What I mean by magic is, like, for example, I absolutely loved the Seiko model was pretty cool. For some reason, I just never really fully connected with it. Now the Citizen Mount Bell, I absolutely connected with that watch. I loved the way it wore because it was titanium and the way it looked and the legibility and everything. But you know, it was quartz and it's solar and everything like that. And for an everyday type of wear, yes, that watch 100% makes sense. But we're watch guys, right? We don't care about wearing the same watch every day. Most of us wear 3 to 4 different watches in one day. So I don't need a quartz, solar, super precision, all that stuff like that. I need a watch to be mechanical and interactive and have a story with it. You know, there's a huge disconnect when you buy like a big brand, like a Seiko or a Citizen or something like that. As great as they are, there's a disconnect. Like, I really like this watch, right? I like it. It's Casio. It's cool. It's inexpensive and stuff like that. But there's a massive disconnect with this. This is not a keeper watch. When you go to a watch like this, where you can interact with the owner, the brand owner, and his dad, you know, because it's a father-son team. And, you know, you can deal directly with them who are speccing it out and having it built. Yeah, it's just way cooler. It's more special. I've actually met these guys at the Microlux show in Chicago when I went the last time when they had it, and they're awesome guys. So I can't really meet anybody from Citizen, you know, really. So the Loom Room says, "Have you seen the Skeleton Skyraider Such a Looker sold out in like a minute?" Yeah, hopefully somebody at some point will share one on the channel with me. Let's see, Dane has 3 Seikos to sell. Speaking of that disconnect. Cowboy Swami, do you like any of the Zen Tagamented Titanium? Yes, I do. I do. Dane says he wears 3 different a day. Pretty watch. Have a good evening. Hey, Ben's taking off. Yep. What else we got? Swiss watch is good. Support. Great. They answer the phone like in 2 weeks turnaround on repairs. That's good to know, Michael. When is the green Willard coming in? Well, Mimo still hasn't gotten the green Willard in. And the longer the time goes by where I was like, yeah, I definitely want it. Now I'm thinking, this is thinking towards the Willard, right? Now I'm thinking, I kind of transitioned from like, definitely want it, absolutely have to have it, but I don't want to pay full price for it. So, and I want to support Mimo, and Mimo wants to support me. So I want to make that connection. It kind of transitioned to like, well, I'll wait for him. And the longer the time goes by, the more I go like, well, I guess I still kind of want it. And then I get more watches in, like this one and some other ones. And I start to think more of like, do I really want the Willard? I mean, I've already done videos on the Willard. So I don't really need to do another video of the Willard. So, and the green one, quite frankly, I don't know that I would keep it. So I'm kind of thinking no. Somebody just asked if I still have the Tudor Black Bay 41. I do. Wow. That's actually a killer combo right there, isn't it? To have a dive watch and then a non-diver? That's a nice combo, guys. I'm digging that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, it might be a little while before I buy another Seiko. I'm going to build. I'm going to, full on build just like this. And I think I might actually be happier doing that. I mean, I'm going to be frustrated building this, no lie, because guaranteed something's going to go wrong. I'm going to screw something up. Hopefully I don't destroy the case. I don't think I'll do something as dumb as that. But I might wreck some parts. We'll see. I've never actually assembled a crown and stem assembly. So I need to get the parts, or the tools, excuse me, to accomplish that. So I need to do that. Oh, man. Let's see where we at. Mike picked up the yellow clock in the back and a Bob Lab on the way. Nice, nice. 2 awesome products. Where we at? This watch is so good. I love the short links. They catch the light so good. That is nice, guys. These sold out pretty quick, but not as quick as the other ones. All right, any more questions before I go? Does the easier over time? I have noticed that it's more difficult than this one's not too bad, but I have a little bit of fingernail right now. I mean, ideally, listen, there's probably trademark issues and stuff like that. I mean, ideally, this type where you just push it in and adjust it would be easier. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost the exact same mechanism, except for this one, you don't have to slide a tab, you just push it in. And might as well show them next to each other for the heck of it. Also kind of a fun combo. versus this style where it's a little more precision in your movements. Like, so you have to really grab that. So you have to have a fingernail. Like, to do it without the fingernail, it's too stiff. So like, you have to have a fingernail. But I mean, how often are you really going to play with that? If you have to adjust it, you're going to just adjust it and move it out. Let's see. Do you want me to CMO? Do you want me to charge? Do you want me to charge the loom on these two? Or do you want me to just do it from the studio lights? I can tell you right now, the Zelos is going to blow it away. All right, I'm gonna kill the lights. The Zelos is gonna blow it away because they're using like C3X1 or something, but this one's no slouch either. Now I will say, I wore this one, the Swiss watch, last night, and it held loom all night, but it did fade quite a bit. Like, but in the morning there was still a little bit of loom left in it. Whereas these ones are going to hold the loom longer, the divers do. But there's a lot of real estate, and if you look at the printing on this thing, they put quite a few layers. I don't know how many layers they did of the loom, but they did a lot of it, and it's that nice cool blue loom. It's a very nice loom. But yeah, the Zelos is just champ. I mean, it's super cheat mode or something. Even the Tudor is actually pretty good though. Check this out. When I wore the Tudor for a whole month, the Tudor outshined even my Omega Seamaster at night. I lost focus a little bit, but let's turn the lights back on. I know we get spoiled with the loom, and there's a lot of good formulas out there now too. Michael's wearing his Friday Flieger Friday day, wearing his Stova B dial. That's awesome. Pierre said he picked up a titanium Hemdalar. Is that how you say it today? Under 190 bucks. I wish they would do a better name. I'll probably never buy one of those. Yeah, no problem, CM. I know often there's a lot of things that people want to see in maybe weird combinations, and it's hard to even think of like, oh, I want to see this next to this unless you kind of see them out and about. So Brew Watch Company, hey, thanks for chiming in. Hopefully I get one of your guys, one of your watches on the channel. I've been trying to for a while. Let's see. Christopher Ward name kind of ruins it. Christopher Ward's name's fine. How important is it to have main brands like Seiko as part of your collection? There's no rule on what brand or name brands you need in your collection. Your collection needs to consist of watches that you like, either from first look or once you've tried them and then you actually still like it and it has like that stay power. So Kevin, I think no. I don't know that you absolutely need a Seiko in your collection. I think most people absolutely need to at least try an SKX because it is absolutely iconic, but it doesn't mean you need to keep it or own it. But I would recommend trying an SKX. Yeah, there's this the Seiko lineup is just it's massive. So it's easy to have a couple of Seikos in your collection. But there's yeah, Kevin, the turtle is more iconic based on history, but so is the Willard really. But in more modern times, the SKX is more iconic in more current times, I would say. From the short amount of time that I've been a watch collector, the SKX is more iconic in, say, like since we've done the watch media and stuff like that. So, but if you want to go off from like serious, history, then yeah, that's the Seiko cushion case divers go back way further than SKX does. Yeah, Kevin, for sure. Cushion case is pretty much owned by Seiko. So oil slick colors, yeah, for sure. One-eyed. It's kind of what it looks like, isn't it? Estimated pricing on the bunker. So when I was talking to the owner, don't hold me to this and don't hold them to this to him, because I know a lot of people are already assuming it's going to be somewhere between 800 and 1200. Well, they told me kind of like 400 range, maybe even less. Less probably meaning that if they can get it less than 400, it's probably going to be 399. So if this thing actually gets made and the price tag is actually $400, there's no downside to that. Yeah, titanium, Swiss movement, comes with a leather strap, comes with these really cool, comfortable straps, which I know some people might not like. I think it's 100-meter water resist. Is it 100? I can't remember. Yeah, 10 Atmos. So it's 100-meter water resist, screw down case back, screw down crown, plenty of grip on that, easy to use, super legible, good loom, date at 6 o'clock. I mean, I don't want to sound like a salesperson here, but $400, that's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, that's easily as much of a no-brainer as $500 for this guy. Kevin says, Rob, have you handled any Anordane watches, enamel dot? Yeah, I just did a video on one not too long ago. So that video should be out. I don't have to work that hard to sell you on one. Oh man. I try not to like sound like a salesman. It's usually just like I really like the watches sometimes and it just comes out that way. So there's boxes you can check that'll get me ramped up a little bit, you know. If you make a titanium G-Shock square, yeah, I'm going to be a little excited about that. These are awesome. If you make a titanium swordfish and a crazy bezel, yeah, I'm going to get excited about that. If you make the perfect size field watch out of titanium and excellent loom and a Swiss movement for $400 or less that works on my wrist size because the other ones are too small, I feel like, then yeah, I'm going to get excited about that. These are some of my favorite things. Yeah, I kind of wish I had the Seiko and the Citizen Montbell. I don't know, maybe I could borrow them from somebody so I could do a comparison, because I'm not getting rid of this. I'm keeping this. Actually, that can almost be said about any watch that comes across my channel right now. If I'm buying it or it's given to me, I'm keeping it. And then on top of that, some of the watches that get sent in, you know, that people are trying to get rid of, some of those, if I can figure out funds to purchase it from them and I like it, I'm going to try to do it. So I have a little bit of a weird new goal for 2021, and it involves buying way too many watches and keeping them and maybe try to wear them. Yeah, it does look like an older Seiko SARG. One day when I have more balls, I'll send you my SBGV 245 to review. I'll have to look that one up. You think the Black Friday sales got me going? You know what? I've thought about doing the library thing way before, but I'm starting to get a little possessive too. So like my library might be closed. It might just be a private library. Like I don't know if anyone's ever going to be allowed to check anything out. Look, no touch. I don't know. We'll see. It's actually a nice leather. This is like my style of leather too, where it's thin. I like it when it distresses when you bend it. I absolutely love that. I know some people hate that, but I love that look. Oh man, it'll hold its shape right away. That might be a really nice leather on there. I'll never wear it on there. I'll probably put this leather on something else. Hey, wait a minute. Is that 22? Ooh. Hey, thanks, Zelos. think I just found a use for this leather. Except for it didn't stay in on this side. Must not have dropped. There we go. There it is. That is going to work because the dial that I picked for this is going to be like a gray dial that is going to look killer. Nice. What about the new, Kevin says, what about the new Seiko tunas? Saw them yesterday, one in titanium and the other in steel. I absolutely want to see those. Hopefully I don't have to buy one. Hopefully someone buys one and sends it in. Chris is asking, do I own any vintage pieces? How old does a watch have to be for vintage? I don't think I have any vintage watches per se. Yes. Check out my new titanium SKX. Yes. That is nice. 20 years old. I don't think I have a watch that's 20 years. Well, how old is the let me look here. I don't think it's 20 years old, but how old is the Citizen Hyper Aqualand? It might be close to 20 years old. I don't know when these were made. Because you got to think about 20 years old. I mean, that's 1980. I don't think this is that old. This might be early 90s. So not quite yet. But I don't intend to get rid of this anytime. So at some point, this will be a vintage watch. Or a classic. Maybe 20 is classic and 30 is vintage. Is that what we're thinking? I'm not really into old watches. I don't really like old things, period. I like new, shiny things. Yeah, I don't think, and if I haven't gotten into old watches by now, I doubt I will. Oh, jeez. See, I'm so freaking old. I was thinking 2000. It's 2020. Yeah, this is classic borderline vintage. Thanks, Craig, for setting me straight. Good thing I don't have to do math at my job. What, somebody's looking for a super affordable titanium? Kevin, depends on your wrist size, but yeah, everyone's pretty much right. The Boulder Venture is like easy pick for that one. It's a little bit smaller though. It's a smaller watch. I kind of wish, and maybe they will, maybe they already have. I don't know. I kind of wish they would make basically that same watch, but a little bit bigger, and then they would just own that market for affordable titanium automatic, and then they could have two different sizes. They could do like a 41, and I don't know what the regular one is, like 38, 39, something like that. And Clayton's pushing his Citizen Armor. Is that I think that's the titanium watch he just picked up. So Kevin, 7-inch wrist. Yeah, you could wear the Boulder Venture. It has a really short lug to lug, like 44 or something like that, or 40, somewhere between 44 and 45. So it's gonna feel smaller on wrist, but it's really nice. Oh yeah, Bertucci. That's right. And then I do like the Bertucci line of titanium watches. Oh, this one? Yeah, this one's mine. Yep. I kind of got, for a while there, I wasn't really buying watches. Yeah, I've always been buying watches. What am I talking about? So this one was kind of nice to get me going again because there's a bunch of other watches I have coming in as well. So yeah, Dane skipped this one, but I'll probably bring this one down. Dane, I'll probably bring this one down when I come to visit, and we can have it side by side with your Damascus and this. Oh yeah, I forgot the Meritok. These right here, I think it's a SR35. Is basically looks just like this, but it's in titanium, and they're crazy affordable too. I would like to see the titanium version of this to the point where I might even buy one. This is the stainless steel one, and this has one of the best bezels I've handled affordable watch. So another really good titanium pickup would be one of these. It's called the SR35. Oh, Dane says I'm gonna really love his watch room. That's the plan. Hopefully we'll go down there and check it out and maybe do a couple of videos. I'll bring quite a few watches. I don't know if there's any watches you want to see that I have. You pretty much already have everything though. We'll talk. We'll do a sidebar. We'll talk. Anyone ever have the titanium Oris Aquas? It's a bit more high end. Kevin, 100%. I have handled twice now not this is the newer 400 movement, but twice now I've handled the like anthracite dial Oris Aquas titanium. I basically kind of pushed Bruce into making that video. He made a great video on it. That's definitely on my list. Sometime in 2021, I am definitely going to pick up that titanium Aquas with the Salida movement, not the 400. So it's crazy light. I mean, because even this Aquas in the stainless steel feels lighter than you would think it would be. So the titanium is like next level crazy light. It's an awesome watch, and it's, again, probably one of my favorite titanium divers. Much more so than, I know a lot of people go after like the Tudor Pelagos. I would rather have I know it sounds messed up, but I would rather have the Oris Aquas. Mr. Dillard's asking, where do you sell watches? Are they all online? Where's the best place to sell? You can do eBay. You can join Facebook groups, other communities, and yeah, Dane's pretty much right. The Facebook groups, most of them are pretty much duds. They kind of are all messed up. Sometimes you can even do local. You never know. I know a lot of people do use Reddit. I've never used Reddit, but I hear it works. Craig, the new Pelagos is just, it's too thick, and the Oris it fits me better. I like the integrated bracelet. It's thinner, and it's phenomenal. I've put watches for sale on Instagram. I think I've only sold a couple, so Instagram is not proving very effective. And really, even on the YouTube channel, when I was doing towards the end, when I was doing the sales, kind of didn't really work as good as it did in the beginning. So, my Discord group, depending on the watch, I mean, typically if it's a nice diver, a desirable diver, and a good price, those are going to sell. So you have to be realistic, not always where you're selling your watch, but what watch are you selling? I think what watch you're selling and at what price is more key to you selling versus, where you're selling it and how much. For example, like if you have, I mean, I can pick on any watch, but I mean, if you have a G-Shock Square like this one, the full black and stuff like that, not crazy desirable, right? There are people that want them, but they want a killer deal. So you have this and you paid $5 something for it, right? And you're like, well, I barely wore it. It's in perfect shape and stuff like that. So I'd let it go for $4. You're never going to sell that watch for $400, maybe on eBay, and I doubt that. So this watch that is desirable, but only to people that are looking for a crazy deal because it's used, right? You're going to have to put this on whatever group you go to and to realistically do a quick sale. Say you want to put it up for sale and you just want to sell it and you want to ship it tomorrow. You want to be done with it, right? You need to disconnect with this watch and stop thinking that it owes you money. If you've already disconnected from it, then you need to fully disconnect from it. You need to put a ridiculous price on it. So say you look these up and you notice they're selling for, say, $350 on eBay. But you're not selling on eBay, you're selling in a group. So you're not going to have the fees and everything like that. So instead of $350, you need to put this up for like $295 shipped. And I don't know if that's what this one goes for. That's just real numbers that I'm throwing at you as far as what your expectations of what you want from the watch. You want to sell the watch, you want it out of your hair, you want it out of your collection, and you want the money. So you have to let it go. And that's what I've learned from selling a lot of things and certainly a lot of watches through my channel. You know, you like for the Tron, I had been predicting for a long time that the value was going to go up on this. Well, guess what? It hasn't. It's went down right now. It will come around. It'll come full circle and it will go up eventually. But right now, you can pick these up used for under 400 bucks. Yeah, treat your watch that you want to sell like a bad ex-wife. Just get rid of it, man. So if you have one of these Trons and you're done with it and you're not willing to wait for the market to come back on it and you want to sell it, you throw it up for $325 and it's gone. Guaranteed. Doesn't matter where you're putting it. If you put it up on Instagram or on one of the Facebook groups or something like that, all the watches that are priced crazy aggressive, which actually usually bring the market down, it's bad for everybody else, then those are the ones that sell. And so it doesn't really matter who you make mad or anything like that. The titanium watches, everybody gripes about these, right? I'm picking on G-Shock again. $1,700 new. First of all, almost no one's paying $1,700 for one of these. I've noticed quite a few used ones being put up for around $1,000. Okay, so now you're competing with 3 other people that have them listed for $1,000, and you say you're done with your titanium. I tried it. Rob said it was awesome. I disagree. I don't like it. Whatever the case, it's dead to me, right? So instead of competing with 3 other people at $1,000, you throw yours up for $850. Guess what? It's sold in 15 minutes. And $850 for a G-Shock square is a lot of money. So you have to cut your loss and just let it go. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying this one's for sale for $850, and I'm not saying you should sell yours for $850. But what I'm saying is, if you have one and you want to sell it, then sell the darn thing. Don't list it for $1,000. There's 3 other people with that same one, right? $850, gone, guaranteed. Because there are people looking at those $1,000 ones thinking, I don't know, that's a lot of money. I kind of want it, but that's, and then they see yours pop up for $850. They're like, I'm doing it because I've never seen one for $850 and I'll probably never see one again for $850. That's how you sell a watch. Don't screw around. Sell the darn thing. Yeah, Chaz, 100%. Some guys ask almost new prices on used watches. Makes no sense. Why not pay it? And you're looking from the buyer point of view. What I'm trying to look for is I'm looking at it from the seller's point of view because I've sold a lot of watches, right? I think those guys are not sellers. The people that are listing their watches at that kind of price are not sellers. They have not sold a lot of watches. They're trying to protect they think they've invested in a watch or their watches hold value. No, they don't. They don't hold any value. They're only worth what somebody will give you for it. And if you put it up and you put up a high price, then it's worthless because you don't want it and nobody's going to buy it from you for that price. So you're just stuck in purgatory. Lars says, I never flipped a watch. That's awesome. I'm somewhat envious of that because I've flipped all the watches and now I'm trying to go into keeper mode. Jerry made these. These are awesome. Flipper for life, that's what I was doing. Now I'm doing a lot more of this and somewhere in between maybe, I don't know. These are fun though. Design just flipped 2 watches, that's awesome. Let's see, ZZ says, I just about flipped a Seiko diver I bought, but I gave it away instead after fielding so much. Oh my goodness. ZZ, I've done that before, and I'll probably do that again. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes you feel better. Like, because if you find somebody that actually is really going to enjoy it and like it and stuff like that, sometimes just give it away. Just give it away. I mean, depending on how much the watch is, right? Say it's like a... yeah, and the person you gave it to loves it, right? And now they have a story, you have that special bond, you have that special connection and stuff, and it wasn't solicited, it wasn't like any special occasion, just randomly give. I've done that so many times. I just randomly have given. Oh, check this one. I'll tell you a little story. So I took his watch. So I gave a guy a watch. See this watch here? See this piece of crap? It's still ticking. Timex still ticking. I still need to do a video on this. Look how absolutely disgusting that is. I'm going to probably have to go wash up after even just showing you this. So this is a buddy of mine that I work with, and he's been wearing this watch, and I've been doing a couple jobs. I had done a couple jobs with him, and I'm like, dude, seriously? He was wearing an Apple Watch, and he destroyed it or lost it, so he was wearing this. I don't even know what this is or where you even get this. This is like a plastic Timex. Maybe it was chrome at some point and the chrome wore off. I don't know. It's disgusting. But I did like 2 or 3 jobs with him, saw this watch, and I usually have like a pile of G-Shocks with me. And I'm like, dude, come here. So he comes over to my work van. I'm like, and I held out like 5 different G-Shocks. I'm like, pick one of these. And he goes, seriously? I'm like, yes. But I'm taking your Timex. He's like, deal. So he happened to pick the most expensive Timex or G-Shock I had. Very cool G-Shock. And he's probably still wearing it. And it probably looks maybe just as disgusting as this because I haven't actually talked to him since. But I'm like, all right, give me the Timex because I was going to do a video on it, right? And I just haven't done it. I haven't had the time. But totally unsolicited. He had no idea. I didn't owe him anything. He didn't owe me anything. Still doesn't, right? But yeah, sometimes you just got to do that. So somebody asked if I'm still enjoying the Tudor Black Bay. Absolutely love this watch. I have not worn it a ton, and that's becoming more and more of a problem because, well, the more watches they have, the less wrist time you can allot for each of them, right? And then when you keep getting bangers like this, it becomes even more difficult because now I want to wear this. And I was wearing this because I just got this yesterday and I want to wear this. But now it's also the weekend and I kind of want to wear, hey, Mike, thanks for checking in. I'll talk to you soon. But now that it's a weekend, I kind of want to wear like this. So I don't know, maybe I'll wear that because I haven't worn the Seamaster in a while. Excuse me, either. The movement in the Zelos, I believe it's a Seiko NH35. It looks like it has the 21,600 beat, and it's a date. So I'm guessing NH35. All right, I missed some comments here. Let's see, Craig. C60 white dial hits way above its weight. Just ordered one for the wife. Shh, it's a surprise. Yeah, Heidi doesn't watch my live streams, right? So Craig, yeah, Craig has the 42. Actually, he has a really cool one with the C60 with the red bezel. That one's really cool. And I've owned the 42 millimeter white dial one, which prepped me for buying this guy. And 100% fell in love with it. And then I called out even in that video, I'm like, hey, Ward, you definitely need to make a 40 millimeter in the white. And I think a lot of other people were commenting. And Ward must, I mean, maybe as watch fans, we like to believe that they're in tune with the community, but maybe they hear that, right? And then they produce the watch. And they probably sold a ton of them because the 40 millimeter Ward, some of the 42 Wards, depending on your wrist size, actually kind of wear kind of big. I think it wore even larger than the Seamaster. So the 40 is like perfect for a lot of people. Personally, I like the 42 still, but this kind of superseded that. I do want to add a Christopher Ward to the collection. So my buddy Homer has that super compressor, and I think he might send that in for video. I might pick up one of those. I do like that. And it's a true super compressor. Did I brush this? No. It's just probably the live feed. It's not as sharp when you do these live feeds. It's like 480 or something for the clarity. The clasp is a little scratched up, but the links are still in good shape. So I probably will get this Seamaster going. I'll probably wake it up, get it going, and I might wear this weekend. Dane is making some yelling threats here or something. I don't know what's going on here. Everybody here better be subscribed to my channel. That's Dane's channel, Celine Driver. And Design Ultra, I can't say the last name of that channel. And this here super channel. Well, most people watching this live are probably already subbed to me. So tell you what, I'd be willing to give up some of my subs, and you guys, you could unsub me. Like if you're maxed out in channels, you can unsub me and go sub Dane and Design, and I would be fine with that. Will you flip at 850? It's clear. I see you at 720. Is the C word a super compressor, a homage or something? Well, they actually developed an I mean, it's a true super compressor, whereas all the other ones are just like homage to a super compressor case, whereas the Ward actually has that system in the back. It's pretty cool. Just seen your video pop up. I'll watch it after this. Yeah, Design does some really good work, and he does some live streams with some other people and stuff. It's pretty fun. Let's see. I'm surprised so many people are tuned in. Lars says, what is your best buy this year? Best buy, I guess, I don't know. What do you mean by best buy? Like my favorite purchase or my best deal that I've scored? I probably can't even share some of the deals that I've gotten. Because some of these awesome watches, some of them I get for free, which is just mind-blowing to me. And my favorite pickup of 2020, I would have to say, is probably this. Didn't I buy that? I think I bought this year. I think this is probably my favorite pickup. I could be wrong. It's not my favorite watch, but I'm assuming I bought this year. I lose track of time, guys, and when I bought watches and how much I paid for them. So, but I think this is probably my favorite pickup of 2020, assuming I picked it up in 2020. Let's see. Deal and design. Best deal. Well, I did get a killer deal on this too. But best deal, yeah, I don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff. I probably should. Next watch purchase. Somebody asked, what is the next watch I'm going to purchase? Next watch. Well, I definitely want the titanium Oris Aquas because I've been jonesing for that thing for over a year, probably like a year and a half. So that is probably going to happen in 2021. I don't know what else. The John Mayer G-Shock, I will probably pick that up. I have a little bit of insider information on that watch, which I probably can't really share with you guys. But I probably will pick it up. What is the John Mayer G-Shock going to be? It's not going to be what you think it's going to be. I can tell you that. Is it limited? I didn't get confirmation if it's limited. I'm assuming it is because the way they kind of rolled it out. Yeah, and he does wear quite the range of G-Shocks, but it's gonna be unique. It's not gonna be something that you have seen before. It might be a G steel. I don't know if it's gonna be. No, it won't be steel because I know how much it's gonna cost, and there's no way a steel one is gonna be that price. Let's see here. Where are we at? What the heck time is it? 7:51. 7:51 and a half ish, something like that. Don't be a time snob, guys. Gonna be a pink Mudmaster? No. If I find out more information, I will share it probably in my Discord. The alarm plays music. The alarm might play his music. I don't know that for sure, but that would be kind of cool, even though I don't really listen to him or anything. But what's the model number for the blackout G-Shock you have on screen? Excuse me, I'm sipping on some coffee. No, it's not going to be a travel clock. It will be a watch. So this is the GMW B5000. I don't know. Then there's some numbers after it. I can't remember. This is the titanium, though. If you look right there, it says titanium. This one's been dubbed the Stealth Wealth. So it's Chris is in Spain, 2 a.m. Wow. Staying up late. Yeah, get some sleep, man. Catch you tomorrow. I don't think you're going to have to save up to buy the John Mayer. It's going to be a lot less expensive than you guys think. It's going to be borderline affordable. I think you guys will be fine. You'll be able to get one. You guys like my titanium SKX? I think I like it on the strap. And everything lines up. You don't really have to worry about water resistance on this one. Dane is liking his carbon core G-Shock Square. I'm a big fan of that watch as well, and I hope they make more of that design. I'm sure they will. The hardest part of getting the John Mayer G-Shock will be trying to get it before it sells out. Pretty much. I don't know how many they're making or anything, but do I have the dial for this yet? No, but I was saying earlier in the live, I might get antsy and just throw something together this weekend just so I can wear it and check it out. Tennessee Mike says it's off by a hair. No, I'm not going to use any Seiko components when I actually build the watch other than the movement, so it should line up. But you gave up on Kickstarter a while ago. Yeah, and I think more and more of the really cool brands are going to ditch Kickstarter altogether. Oh, yeah, the Casio Twin Graph. So I'm going to do a Nemoki's build on this. So I'm going to order, I'm not sure what bezel insert I was going to use. I can't remember. I might just go with like a SKX. So I might go with like a ceramic loomed SKX style bezel insert, like just like a stock looking one. And then I'm going to go with blacked out SKX hands. And then Nemoki's makes a gray Explorer dial with no date. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to use the Seiko NH38 movement. So it'll hack and wind, but there's no date, no day. So there's no ghost position. Design, if I can score 2 of them, I will. If I can score 2 of them, I'll keep one and I'll give one away. But I bet you I probably won't even be able to get one. We'll see. I don't have any strings to pull with those people. So let's see. B-list. No authentic 190 click bezel, Seiko bezel. No wonder they never line up. Yeah. Dibs. Design's calling dibs on the watch that I probably won't ever get. I don't know. I might have to call the dibs police on that one. I don't know if you can call dibs on future watches that I'll probably never get. But somehow, some way, I will get one on the channel and do a video, I'm assuming, at some point, hopefully. But I say that with every watch, because I want to see every watch. LA makes some dope dials. I don't know who LA is. Oh, that's I know who you're talking about. I know what LA is. I'm sorry. Nacho, yeah, Lucius. That's right. Thank you. Thoughts on the Oris Caliber 400? Is it that much better than, say, like an 80? Dark red. Bobby Boldy, yes. I've seen some better pictures, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit darker red. I do want to see that one. So the Caliber 400, 2 things. spoiler alert for my buddy Bruce, he did a full test on the power reserve on it, and it actually lasted longer than 120 hours. So, and then this guy here, I know there's a lot of controversy on the 400 movement because of the jumping minute hand when you pull the crown or push the crown. There's a little trick you can do to alleviate that. And most people are probably going to be in the camp of like, it's ridiculous, I shouldn't pay that much, I'm not going to do that. And I get it. I probably wouldn't buy it either. Well, I won't buy it. Now, if they did make this in the full titanium, and maybe they will in the future, then I might reconsider, because the properties of the movement are anti-magnetic and it's very cool. I don't really give a crap about the 120-hour power reserve. I don't need that. I 100% don't need that. But I do like the quick release on the bracelet. So if you want to swap it out to a strap, which I probably never would. So I don't know. When I start talking about it, I can easily just talk myself into getting the titanium with the Salida. And then if it doesn't run that great, I can probably take it to a watchmaker and have it regulated. Cowboy Swami, can you explain the different grades of titanium? If I read up and studied on them, I could probably explain it. I've done that a couple of times, but I never seem to retain that information. So I know there's like grade 1 is more of like a pure titanium and more subjective to like gray tones and it's scratching. It's not really scratching, it's just marking up the surface because titanium is actually really hard. And then once you start mixing in different alloys, then you'll work your way through the grades, and each one adds different properties depending on what your goals are. So they're usually altered for certain industries. So typically in the watch world, you're going to see, grade 1, 2, and maybe 5 used or something like that. Usually don't see too many others used. And you're more often than not, you're probably going to see a grade 2 with a coating. The other grades of them, they get super complicated and they get very specific for certain uses, like in the medical field or industry of some sort. Personally, I would love G-Shock to make a grade 1 raw titanium G-Shock square. I would buy that in a heartbeat. Yeah, so Eric, I think you're right. Titanium, grade 2 and grade 5 are probably the most popular, certainly in the watch world. And then occasionally you'll see one done in like more pure titanium grade 1, which I like that because it has way more character. Just in the same fashion that I think a lot of people like bronze watches, I think that for that same reason, I like the grade 1 titaniums. But I think this one's probably grade 2. I'm sure this Namoki's is probably grade 2. I think this is grade 2. I'll have to double check. I don't know if they indicate on there. Yeah, says right there. All titanium number 2. And then I'm not 100%, but I think they also did a coating on it too. And the Grand Seikos, yeah, I think the Grand Seikos use grade 5. Even that, if I'm not mistaken, design, you're saying maybe grade 2 on the bracelet and 5 on the case. I think on the shoot, when is the bunker going to be available? I don't know. I don't know when the launch date is going to be, but there's going to be direct sales right from their website. It's not going to be like a Kickstarter or anything like that. Citizen uses a good titanium. I think they might even use a grade 5. I think, I could be wrong, but I think grade 5, the properties of it allow it a little easier to hold and show a shine to it. So I think, what's the other? I'm trying to think of the other Seiko. The Shogun might be a grade 5. I could be wrong. Jonathan wants to know what kind of strap is on this. This is a strap they shipped it with. Well, they shipped it with the leather one, and then they had 2 of these. This one has like reflective thread in it, but it's very much like a Apple Watch Velcro, and it has a little bit of elasticity to it, and then super easy to use. They're gonna do a curved spring bar so people can actually fish this through. I put this in like this and held it down and then put the spring bar in. That's how you would do this. And that works really good. And then it just cinches down. I wore this thing all day today and towards the end of yesterday. And it, yeah, Jonathan, it is insanely comfortable. If you've ever worn an Apple Watch, then you know exactly. I mean, it absolutely disappears. You will forget this watch is on your wrist. The lightweight titanium feel, which is always, I don't want to say warm, but it's neutral against your skin. Like if it's hot out, it's going to feel cooler than it is hot out. And if it's cold out, it's going to feel warmer than it is cold out. It's not like stainless steel and some other materials. No, Casper, I have not kept up on smartwatches at all. Dane's taken off. He's got, he's going to go moderate another stream. So thanks for tuning in, buddy. Citizen coated with Duratec. Yep. I think I'm going to bolt too. This is 80 minutes long. Could Swiss watch company become SWC? I don't know. Swallow. Check it out. I personally like the weight of steel. It gives it. Yes, I do too. I like the weight of steel. Like I just threw on my Seamaster. Love it. Actually, I need to probably loosen it up a little bit. I think I was playing around with it and I got it in the wrong size. So, like, I like the weight of it and I like the lightweightness of titanium. I like a lot of watches. So, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I know this was a impromptu